And we are live. Welcome everyone to this week's very prestigious community call. Let's give people some more time to join. Hello, Murph. And then for the time being, yeah, we can actually sit through Ismail's excuses for not having some elevator music for us once again. Ismail.
I ran out of excuses months ago. Um, so yeah, as always, my sincere apologies for not bringing you any elevator music. To make things better, we're going to might start doing countdowns, which would make things a little bit more fun during the waiting stage of the weekly community calls. So just bear with me.
Exactly. We're thinking about some very dramatic and like heavy countdown by maybe an army person just to soothe your nerves on a Friday evening or afternoon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should get started. So first of all, I'm going to do a round of introductions. First of all, I'm Simon, aka Pseudonym. It's awesome to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. And my usual partner in crime for these calls, Ismail, is here with us, disappointing us once again. Um, and besides him and myself, I also have on the stage Evgeny from Nodes Guru, who probably needs no introduction to anybody, who is a little under the weather right now. Say hi, Evgeny.
Hey everyone.
Hey. And I also have with us Pablo, who is Nym's designer, responsible for the awesome and really dope designs that we're always coming up with. Hi, Pablo. How's it going?
Hi, Simon and everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Alrighty, but before I get to chat to Pablo about all sorts of artsy things, let's go through our very quick news roundup first. This is gonna be a really quick one, guys. You don't have to sit through a lot of news this time around. Ismail, what do you have for us?
Yes, thank you. So, very important, very important. NIM was among the first industry signatories for the Geneva Declaration on Targeted Surveillance and Human Rights. So, the government of Catalonia and civil society organization Access Now uh, together launched the declaration at the 51st United Nations Human Rights Council. As pointed out in the blog post that Farnoosh will be sharing right now, yes, thank you. As pointed out in the blog post, this is a solid first step in condemning the proliferation and use of surveillance technologies to target communities engaging in protected activities. NIM CSO Jaya Clara Brekke participated in the session representing NIM as one of the first few to sign the declarations. Please really check out the blog that was shared by Farnoosh just now. It's the official NIM press release on our Medium blog regarding the declaration. So yeah, do check that out. On to you, Simon.
Thank you very much. And now onto the rest of the news. So the reason why it's been kind of quiet this week is because we've been very, very busy on UPA. So as most of you know, we've announced this last week with this really exciting news that Universal Privacy Alliance, spearheaded by Nym and some other projects within the Web3 space, is now live. And there was the kickoff meeting taking place on Tuesday at DEF CON 2022 Bogota. And it also featured Edward Snowden, a recording to his piece, and also the kickoff event will be shared in the community called Text channel. I recommend everybody watching it because it was a really interesting piece by Snowden. And this is just I'm gonna quickly recap what I already Pablo, can you please mute because I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Dankjewel. Yeah, so as I quickly, so I'm just going to quickly recap what I already said last week. This is a pretty important thing for Nym. We are all in on UPA. Basically, there are a lot of projects trying to achieve a very similar vision to Nym, although we have different ideas and different places in the whole tech stack of Web3 when it comes to privacy. But our vision is shared, and we're going to be doing a lot of communication and shared work along along that shared vision. So it's really exciting news for us. A couple of links will be shared in the community called Dedicated Text Channel because our website for UPA has been set up, and also the Twitter account for UPA has been set up over the past week. Besides the launch event, and the corresponding press release, which you may have run into on the web here and there because it got a pretty decent press coverage. So the press seems to be interested in and the UPA. So more on this later. You're going to be hearing a lot from here on out about UPA because it's a very important initiative of ours, and we're very happy to be able to participate in it and to be able to spearhead this new movement. Now, when it comes to design of the UPA website, I'm going to just pivot over to my guest today because this guy over here is responsible for that design as well. Because I really see our guest today as a breath of fresh air compared to who we've had on for these calls over the past few months. So we mostly had scientists and professionals talking about sciencey and professional things. Oh, hi, Simon, by the way, from our previous community call, um, talking about website fingerprinting and traffic analysis and all of that good stuff. But today, I um, I have a guest who is the mastermind behind like this whole other aspect of Nym, but it's also like a very important aspect of what we are and what we do, and it's our visual identity. So now I personally have zero eyes or affinity for visual arts. I'm about as artistic as a brick or a paper towel, but the design language of Nym still gets me excited for what it's worth. So I'm super excited to have Pablo on, our designer. Um, Pablo, hi there. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, Simon. Yeah, so yeah, I'm the graphic designer at Nym. I started 1 year ago, more or less, and I'm responsible of all the visual aspect of the brand. So I've been designing the website. Like now, it's a bit too old and it's not working that much. This is the first thing I did actually before starting with working with Nym. And so yeah, well, this was a project that I did as a freelance first, and then well, they liked it and they hired me. But then, well, because I didn't know about the project that much, and so the visual aspect wasn't. Well, I had to do it in 1 week, and but when I started to work with Nym, I started to realize how we should communicate, the way we should communicate after talking many hours with Jaya and Jess. And so the first thing we did is like the target we were using, it was more about like developers and people who are it wasn't like the average people like anyone who doesn't know about privacy or not are not yet interested in privacy. In the future that's gonna be a thing that we're gonna target more these kind of people. But yeah, so it was more or kind of underground thing, and I'm very used
And
to that because I used to organize like free parties and underground techno events. So the visual language of this kind of stuff is very familiar to me, and I really like it. So I did the
are,
t-shirts and
so are we going to be pivoting in our design to a more generic or like not generic but general one which targets
well,
the general audience?
yeah, well, I think ultimately this is where I think we should go at the end. It depends where the project will go, but this is more or less the vision that I have. That we would be we should go a bit more mainstream, but that's not gonna be like in the next month, but maybe in the next 2 years or something like that.
Ties in really nicely to something that Jaya said during an earlier community call. I think it was a few months back when we
Yeah.
were asked by a community member, whether we're rebels with a cause. And she
Yeah.
said that yes, we kind of are, but it's also very important for us to move away from that, and more towards positioning Nym and privacy in general as this very normal thing that is not just this niche thing that rebels with the cause fight for, but it's something that's in everybody's interest and that is very normal and very everyday.
Yeah, and also because, well, like people now they are more concerned about their privacy, like how they share their data and information with other companies. Like as an example, every time I have to log into a new app, most of the time the only option I have is or by email or by Google or Facebook, and that disturbs me quite a lot. Like I don't really want to log in with Facebook, even if it, and even more if it's another app that is not related to them, you know. So if I could,
Yeah.
like, if I had the option to log in using Nym, I would definitely do it, and I'm not the only one. Like there are many people who are like a bit frustrated with these kind of things, and there are like
Yeah, I think
upset
so as
with
well.
Facebook and all this stuff.
Yeah, definitely. An increasing awareness in the public of the issue of privacy, and how little of it we're getting, basically.
Yeah, and and like at the end, the people who are going to use Nym, uh, so there could be like crypto traders or crypto enthusiasts, but there can be also like journalists, for example, or for example, in the gay community in countries where it's illegal, and and they will look for a way to communicate to each other more in a more private way. So it's more
And
like I think it's more like we have to go on in a more generic vision of it. But now we are just like we are focusing on developers and people who are very into this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think
in terms of our visual language.
yes. So yeah, and another thing is yeah, it's pretty underground. It's pretty geeks. Like it's like kind of people who spend many hours in the computer with a hoodie. This kind of stuff, which I like actually. Like
Actually, wait a second. When it comes to hoodies, I have a question from Ismail. Ismail, you can ask your question if you want.
Yeah, sure. So you told us in the beginning that you designed the t-shirts, but so did you also design the hoodies then, like all of them?
yeah. Well, they are more or less the same designs. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah, because they really look great, the t-shirts as well.
yeah.
But I was actually at a festival last summer, and
Uh-huh.
I was just grabbing some drinks, left my hoodie on a table for like 1 or 2 minutes because it was so hot at the time. And when
Yeah.
I came back, it was gone, and none of my friends know where it was.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so apparently they're so beautiful that people actually want to steal them.
Yeah,
But
well, that's yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, in a way, because people like them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. Well, and even when we started to sell the t-shirts and stuff, like we sold like I don't know how many t-shirts, but we made like 30,000 euros in 2 weeks almost. And I was like, wow, like man. And even I'm like I myself started an e-commerce selling t-shirts, and I couldn't make this money, like no way, in this amount of time.
But
yeah,
it's
that's
crazy. Everything, like all the events, like you can't go to a crypto event without seeing someone in some Nym merch. Our
Yeah,
merch is incredibly successful, so that's a
yeah,
testament
that's
to
pretty,
Pablo's
yeah,
work.
that's
that's
super exciting.
absolutely crazy. But so the community can still order them from the website, right? Or
Yeah,
uh, yeah, okay, great.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll share the link in the community call channel.
sure.
That's also nicely done. just beautiful. I wear it daily, even right now.
Nice, nice. Well, I have to make more then. I should make like a collection every year or something like that.
Yeah, for Nym Fall collection.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Max told me, hey, instead of a private community, well, a private project, it's gonna be like a streetwear shop at the end.
It's our end game,
Yeah,
guys. You heard it here first. We didn't want to give it out, but actually, in a year, we're going to be stopping privacy technologies, and we're just going to be going on with our streetwear brand. I hope everybody's cool with that.
Mm.
We have some great ideas
Well, also
in
I
mind
was I
already.
was thinking about doing cups. What do you think? Like I think it would be nice to have cups as well.
Sure, why not? Or you mean mugs?
Oh, caps, like wearing caps.
Oh, 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 yeah, for the
oh,
head, like
Yeah, yeah,
caps.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
George is asking
Yeah,
what the
like
staking what the staking APY is gonna be for the merch. I don't know. We don't have that figured out yet, George. But I will DM you as soon as we know.
yeah.
it depends on the branch you will be staking it.
Hmm. And the posters as well, also. So yeah, well, in general, I'm in charge of the anything related with the brand identity and the visual languages that surrounds Nym. And
I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask a question about that because
yeah,
again, please guys, disclaimer. I'm really not an artsy person. I have zero clue about arts. But what I do see when I look at your work is that somehow um, it always makes sense without being obvious or like very on the nose. So, for example, there's Farnus just shared recently a link to the new UPA website,
yeah,
which was designed by you.
yeah.
So I have no idea. Again, I'm not someone very good at arts, so I don't understand why the combination of green forests and a bit of like geometry and some play with opacity and transparency make sense together as the visual language for the Universal Privacy Alliance. But all I know is that it does make a lot of sense when I see it. So what is your process? Like, how do you get there? How do you figure these things out?
Well, first of all, the thing with the nature, it was an idea from Jaya. So her idea, it was like as we said before, we try to go away from the underground geek visuals and more like she asked me, so what would it be to live in a society where privacy is we already live in a private world where companies or governments don't have access, and so it would be like a relief. Okay, so I don't have to worry about my data flying around internet. And so she told me about using like nature, like a peaceful environment. And I thought, wow, okay, so how can I express privacy using like a landscape? And it was a bit challenging. And this is part of my job also, is like to find like a visual language about privacy. And it's really interesting for me. Like I love that. Uh, Also because it's not easy, and it's pretty abstract. It's not. You don't. You have to make a lot of research and try things to find out how to express privacy visually. And
Yeah, because you know what I really love about the UPA design? It's so obvious, and so many people do the like scary cameras and like robots with like large cameras on them. This scary,
yeah,
threatening
so that's interesting because
aspect of it.
what I thought about I so there is a movie with Schwarzenegger. It's an old movie.
Terminator,
No, not before. Like he's a warrior in the jungle. What's the name of this movie? And it's like he
Conan.
has to fight with an alien.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
called
I don't
Predator.
know.
Yeah,
Predator.
this one.
Yeah,
So
it's an
Wait,
amazing
did
film.
yeah, yeah,
Schwarzenegger
yeah.
play
So
in that one?
you remember the alien uses like a camouflage, transparent camouflage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I thought about that. That wow, that could be interesting. So I could like people in nature would use this to be private. So
Fight aliens.
how far I had to go to think about that. That's interesting. Also, it's like
Hmm.
yeah, wow. And so I thought about like a mirror, and the different mirrors that you see in the image. Like for me, it was representing the different layers of privacy. That-
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's really cool.
yeah. So it's
And,
it's like so you don't really understand it like in in the first time, but maybe if you put the word privacy, it helps for sure because
no, I do. Again, I do get it. I'm just as someone who is as creative as a metal bar, or like a nail or
yeah.
something.
Mm.
It's very awesome to see such a great idea for because yeah, when you see opacity and transparency,
Mm.
and then you see mirrors, that all really ties into privacy really well. But it's just I would never be able to come up with that idea, and I'm curious how creative people come up with ideas like that.
Yeah, and well, and it turned out to be pretty accurate because it was the first stuff was in Colombia. So in Colombia there is a well, it's the jungle there. So it was like yeah, Colombia jungle, privacy and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Huh. And
All right, what
like Jaya wants me to like to work a bit more on that and find out with different ways of expressing privacy using landscapes.
pretty
Well,
awesome actually.
yeah,
It's a really good idea.
and the thing is, well, it's like for me, it's interesting in a way that it's more adult. You know, this is also this is my point with Nym. I because it's kind of
What do you mean? What do you mean by adult?
yeah, adult. Like I'm not very fan because lately like the trends in websites in crypto well, it's I see it a bit uh, like using comic stuff, or lots of gradients and rounded squares and I don't know like because it's a big project and so it's like I think it's a worldwide project, and like the people who will be interested in it, it's not only geeks at the end. It's gonna be like many people, and I don't know. This is my point of view that I I, I would do it like more. Maybe adult is not the appropriate word, but more sophisticated or more minimalistic.
And also not childish, right? I just remember this conversation that we had a few months ago
Yeah.
about the websites in Web3, but also I think it's just tech websites nowadays in general are really like childish and simplistic and kind of boring, and they're all the same as well.
Yeah,
They
well,
look
I
exactly the
wouldn't
same,
say
all of
boring
them.
because there are people who would like it, but it's
In my
just
personal
another
opinion,
way of communication. I think a bit
exactly.
more
In my
generic.
personal uneducated opinion, they are
Yeah, well,
boring, but that doesn't mean much,
well,
guys.
I would love to hear the opinion of the guests. What do they think about it?
Kenny? Also, guys, you can sound off in the comments in the community call text channel. For the time being, basically, okay, just to recap the question. The question is, what do you guys think about this prevailing um, design of this minimalistic design language of tech sites and Web3 sites in general with the flat um, um, l- like stylistic, very simple designs, I guess. To me, they're boring, but maybe some people like them. But until we get replies, actually, I'm super excited to ask you this question. Which one is your favorite design so far? So for me, hopefully it was obvious from my words that for me UPA takes the crown. I really
Oh
like the
yeah.
UPA design, and also Shipyard comes very close. I really love your Shipyard design. Wait, let me find a link to it. What was your design that you love the most so far?
So Shipyard is quite interesting, I think. You know, Shipyard. Well, what I did with Shipyard, I came up with a new design for the mixnet, because before it was like kind of a square with a dots. Now I made it more abstract, and I really love it. So by using the mixnet, I came up with different icons, and it's like, yeah, like it gave me the opportunity to play around with the mixnet, and that's the interesting thing about it. Like I could like I was able to make like different icons, and every icons could have a meaning, and and I could use it also as a texture with the lines and stuff. So yeah, it gave me um, a new path to study, and I really would like to work a bit more on it. I think like we're gonna use it for the Nym website as well. Yeah. So Shipyard is very interesting. Um, the UPA also is interesting. The posters I did, well, I quite like them also. They are like they're still underground, and but as I said, like I love underground. I love cyberpunk's style, and the face. You know, the poster with the face. I quite love this one too.
Okay, I'm not sure if I have it. I know which one you're talking about, but let me show you guys my desktop background because I also really like this one.
Mm.
Um, Wait, I'm gonna send it in chat. This one. It's also awesome.
No, it's not this
everything
one.
with
It's
the
not, no. It's not this one. It's the poster I did with the green line, the face and the green lines. You remember in Greece?
yeah, actually, yeah, I do, yeah.
Um,
I lost
Oh,
mine.
yeah,
yeah, just wanted to ask uh,
I
a follow up on the green part. Like back in the days, we had some sneak peek into greenish colors of Nym,
uh,
and it disappeared at some point. Is it still in the process of creating green
Actually,
style?
actually, that's a really timely question. Let's spill the beans on the redesign, Pablo. I think it's time. We can mention it for this close knit group of our core audience.
yeah, about the green.
Yeah, the general redesign.
Yeah, so at the moment, well, because I've been fighting like for since I started to work with Nym with the colors, like the orange, like I hate it. I can't see it anymore. It's like, man, no. And so I started to implement the green. I did like a complete proposal for Harry, which was accepted. But Harry said that until we are the mixnet and all mixnet is not fully operating
Uh,
100%, we wouldn't do the rebrand yet.
yeah, I mean it's mostly so he wants to tie it in with like another big change, which is going to be the Nix token and the decentralization of our validator API.
Yeah,
So and I think it makes sense actually to do it in that way,
sure, sure.
because a big change that marks this new era is like it makes sense for the redesign.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. For at the moment, we are redesigning the website. Unfortunately, we are still using the orange, and I'm just waiting for them to tell me, yeah, let's start to use the green, because it's like for me it's like I can, like I've been like all the blog post images. I've done that in black and white to not use the orange. Also, not only because of me, but also because of Jaya. She didn't want to use it. So we did all in black and white. But I can't wait to start using light colors, actually.
I
I'm
feel your
looking
pain.
for. I wanted to provide like a sneak peek for the audience into the green, like what green we're gonna be using. It's a nice cyber green. I really love it as well,
Yeah.
but I can't find it. So maybe after the call, you could drop something
Yeah, yeah.
a sneak peek for the.
So if you give me like 1 minute, I will look for the poster that I wanted to share.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
let's share that because it's a
Oh.
good like snapshot of the actual design.
That's actually a smart move going from old color scheme through the color blend into the new age.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Sorry,
But I mean, to be
can you
honest
say
with
it
you,
again?
go ahead. Sorry, say it again, Pablo.
No, no, Evan G.
Yeah, yeah.
Evgeny?
What did you say?
I said that that's a smart move to
Mhm.
transition from the old color scheme through the color blend into the new green one.
Yeah, yeah, because it won't be a shock for the people, I guess.
I mean, actually, to be completely honest with you guys, I really like the like grayscale images that we've been using for the blog posts. I think those are also really beautiful. So I'm not against grayscale either.
I've put the poster. Do you see it
Wait, let's see. Where did you send it?
in the community call?
I can't see it yet. Maybe it's uploading.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, because it's a bit heavy, the image. It's like,
It's a large file.
um,
In the meantime, I have one more question for you, or another, I would say.
yeah, tell me.
What do you think about NFTs? And have you ever thought about like making your own? Some nice NFT designs. Maybe even some for the Nym community.
Yeah,
Wink, wink.
yeah. So I actually haven't. I still don't have many. I don't know much about NFTs. Well, what I see, because it's like it's all digital, and I feel I think that people are mostly trading with art rather than making art to like I don't see
Behold.
much. I still don't see like the sense of making NFTs yet. I think it's more like about trading. But again, I have no clue about it yet.
Well, we'll take this offline and I'll explain it to you. I think it could make some absolutely amazing NFTs. I'm
Yeah,
confident.
sure, sure. But yeah, for me, it's like what do you do with it? Like, do you keep it on in your computer and that's it? It's,
Well, I mean, yeah, but what do you do with regular art? Do you put it on your wall and that's it? The thing with NFTs, the big deal about NFTs is that, it's the first attempt to actually um sort of replicate the real world um the real world of arts, where you can have a painting and you have it physically, and then
yeah,
you put it on a wall, and then it's there, and there's only one of it, and so far, with images on the web, it was not possible to do that, but now you can actually like prove ownership of like digital designs as well.
Yeah. Well, I have this intuition that it's gonna make much more sense in the future when we're gonna live in a metaverse. So people, so you will be able to do like exhibitions or galleries in the metaverse and sell your NFT inside the metaverse.
Do you want to live in the metaverse,
I
Pablo?
do not think
Your end game?
metaverse, but it's gonna happen. I think like it's not for us, but for the future generations. I'm pretty sure. Well, it's gonna be our life. That's what I see.
So you're already packing then, right?
Yeah. Like there are
You're
I think you've heard about like um like Snoop Dogg bought a house in the metaverse already, and there were like people like buying a house next to the one of Snoopy Dogg for 600,000 euros or dollars. So it's that's completely crazy, don't you think?
it's pretty insane.
Yeah. So yeah, and I see the future like our children will live in that world, mostly. Like
Mm.
yeah, it's gonna we're gonna live in a digital world at the end.
That's pretty bleak. I mean, if my kids are gonna live in the metaverse, then maybe I won't have kids after all.
Yeah. And and I think we are entering in a new era because like it's like we like the metaverse is like the wheel that has just been invented. But imagine in the next 100 years, it's gonna be crazy, like completely crazy. We won't need glasses to live in the metaverse.
All in your brain.
All in your
Um,
brain.
exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have my brain implant
Yeah.
so that my
Me
the
too.
metadata of my thoughts can also be collected and sold by Google. It's awesome.
I'm tracked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you
Now,
talking about
actually,
the Neuralink?
Yes.
yeah,
Also.
and
Also.
yeah, yeah, Neuralink and future versions of it. No, but in all seriousness, things are about to change quite a bit, I think, and like some pretty huge paradigm shifts are going to go down in these areas, right? But still, like the metaverse scares me, to be honest. To think about, I'm not the metaverse, but any like virtual reality where you spend a lot of time,
Yeah.
and just hang out, Although Sims was basically the same, and maybe I played, I don't know, hundreds of hours of GTA when I was a kid.
Mm.
There's an argument that it's basically the same thing, but it still kind of isn't.
Yeah.
Somehow it feels worse.
Well,
Maybe it's all
there
because
is a
of
philosopher who said, so if we would, if we, so there are three options. So the first is we're gonna be able to create a universe or a digital universe in which we could live in, but we will decide to not live in this world because it's too dangerous. The second option is we won't find the technology to live in that world. And the third option is we'll be able to live in that world. And then who says if we are not already in this world?
yeah, everything can be. It's so it's really strange to me how humans can make anything into a religion somehow.
Yeah,
The whole the whole we live in a simulation thing to me really smells like a religion,
yeah,
it's unfalsifiable. You can't prove it or disprove it,
true.
it's an unfalsifiable
But
statement,
it's
but we
interesting
we
to think
humans
about it, I think.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely very interesting, very interesting.
It may bring new life to all those sketch blockchains like blockchain mortgage and etc. in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite way to put the simulation thing, I don't know who said it, I don't know who this quote is from, but um something like to imagine that we live in the science assignment of some alien which they got a like a C for in school is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think it is. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
um,
No, I think it's
so
a
no
very
NFTs,
interesting
no,
topic in general. Like there are many. Yeah, I'm really interested in futuristic technologies and where humanity will end up. I think it's there are a few documentaries and it's super interesting. Well, have you heard about multiverses?
yeah,
That's fascinating also. No?
yeah, of course, it's really mind bending, and just even this one universe is pretty mind bending when you think about it. And
Yeah.
besides the possibility of everything that happens one way or the other splits the universe in half.
Yeah.
Basically, that's multiverse theory.
Uh-huh.
I always love reading about these things and dreaming about these things, but I'm way too much of a brainlet to actually think critically of all these things.
Yeah, no, it's super abstract. It's super abstract.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, well, anyway, it's like I quite like to talk about these things also.
Yeah, and
Me
also
too.
it's cool that you said that you really like talking about these and thinking about these futuristic things because we can actually see it in your graphical design. You know, the thing you told us a few minutes ago about the Predator,
Yeah,
invisible technology thing, camouflage technology. It's also very futuristic,
true.
and it's fun to see it in your designs as well.
Uh, true. Well, I spend many hours. Like, well, actually, like half of the time I'm working, I spend it like thinking and researching. That's half of my work, and then I produce.
That's interesting. So lots of thinking and thinking, but then yeah, this leads me to my next question. I've been wondering if you have some sort of digital portfolio or something we can see online, some
Yes.
earlier work of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a link or something, then you can drop it maybe.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, for sure. Wait a minute. Well, it's an old portfolio. I haven't updated for a long time, but wait, it's my personal portfolio. Um,
So no NFTs in it, right?
no NFTs yet. No.
While you're searching for your portfolio link,
Yes.
I think another area we could benefit from is maybe we can add more Nym emojis because we only have 2 on the server, and that's pathetic.
Nim what? Like reactions?
Emo- yeah, reactions, emojis.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've done a few. I still have to make a few more emojis, animated emojis. You mean?
No,
What?
on Discord there are these like little reactions, which are basically just little images.
Uh huh.
Um,
Yeah, they can also go to Telegram and be used.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, and
Uh,
ladies and gents, take a look at the community called text channel. The design just came through from Pablo, and it looks pretty dope, I think.
hmm.
This is the poster.
Wow,
So
it
it's
looks amazing. It's kind of looks like some sort of soon to be released blockbuster about privacy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a movie poster, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So that's this green basically is going to be replacing the orange accent color that we currently have, which I'm super excited about. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, guys. Don't tell anyone. Okay, this is top secret info.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, by the way, how you like the design. I think it is pretty dope.
Yeah. It's like and it's like it's like someone hiding in the jungle. Is it like
In the
an
mix.
Indian, like an Indian hiding
You mean this
the
design?
poster?
Oh yeah, I think it's more like hiding behind some sort of advanced tech, which Yeah, which anonymizes you in a visual way. To me, it says that. And yeah, and a bit of the alien vibe Sago just shared. That also tracks.
Right.
Yeah, these lions look a little bit like dreadlocks of Predator from the movie you described.
Mm.
Actually, that's true. And Pablo, by the way, other than the redesign with the green, where to from here? In terms of design, what else is coming?
What else is coming? Um, so no, I have to work a bit more on the landscapes. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, and the shipyard.
Landscapes.
Yeah,
That's gonna be mostly for UPA, right?
yeah, but I think we like Jai wants to implement it in the Nym branding also.
It's really really beautiful stuff. I absolutely love it.
So I have to find out how we can put it in the website without.
Okay, now wait, I have a really random question for you that I just thought about. Just for context, guys, Pablo is making all the images that we share the team spotlights with. You know, the Nym employee with the quote, and then that's also the image for the event here on Discord that you're currently attending. And what did it feel like to make your own to make your own design? Was it weird?
Yeah, it feels a bit weird. Like also the glitch, you know, how to put the glitch, like how to glitch my face so I don't look like completely destroyed or stuff like that. I was wondering, well, how people would feel when they see their faces glitched. So do they like it or not? Like because you deform their faces, you know. So and maybe some people will.
We should ask.
Huh?
Maybe we should ask Lini. Lini's in the audience.
Yeah,
Lini, if you're hearing us, let us know how you felt about seeing your face distorted and glitched out. I don't know. To me, it looks cool. I think it's really in line with the general like Nym design language. I think it's awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Hi, Lini. Say that again.
Hi, everyone.
Hi everyone. Hi Lini.
Oh, what did it feel like to see your face glitched out like that?
Good question. I think it's all right. I don't know. How about you guys?
My face hasn't been glitched out yet because I haven't been spotlit yet. But you know, I only saw you guys, and to me it was fine.
Yeah. So and how would it be to do a community call with yourself? Also, more or less the same question, isn't it? No.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
should I should do a solo community call where I'm asking myself questions.
Exactly.
I think that would be pretty awesome. The people will be really interested. Sergo told me that he would absolutely love that.
Yeah. 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 Mm. Okay.
All right, ladies and
All
gentlemen,
this,
do we have?
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, these images are just absolutely amazing, and they work best in Telegram to do announcements. Like they really stand out, and attract attention, in my opinion.
Nice.
I actually heard that. I actually got that free feedback from other people as well. So
Cool.
people like our designs in general, which makes sense. They're amazing.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Like, sometimes it's I'm a bit confused if people will like it or not. But yeah, well, I'm pretty happy. Like, yeah, I'm lucky that people like it. I think.
They're good. You know, it's easy to like good things. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the questions that I had for Pablo. So if the community has any questions, then make sure to leave them in the community call text channel. Otherwise, I'm going to let everyone go. Unless Lini has a question for Pablo.
No, I'm just excited for Pablo's design. Every time he always surprises us,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to see what's in his sleeves for next time. to share with the
Yeah.
community, of course.
Cool.
It's actually a thing in Nym that we're sort of. I mean, I definitely do wait for the design and designs and kind of wonder what they're gonna look like.
Yeah.
And like excited for them because they're always awesome.
Yeah. It's like a baby. Like here is the baby, more or less.
All right.
I think Nym Wallet could also benefit from some touch from Pablo,
Yeah,
introducing some glitchiness
Yeah.
and images.
definitely. Well, I think Marcin, our UX designer, is working on it. I think we're gonna launch a new version with a rebrand. I think. But he's super busy right now with the wallet. But yeah, I can't wait to see like new visuals, also a new UX design for Nym. Like it deserves like much better than we have right now. Even the website, like I'm a bit ashamed seeing the website every time.
It's good. I mean, it's not worse than the average.
Yeah,
It's the exact same like flat and simple design language that most other sites have as well.
yeah,
I would say.
yeah. But I think I mean we can do so much better. And I'm seeing this. It's like it's a bit a shame to see that. But like let's see what's gonna happen like with the rebrand when it's gonna happen. Also, can't wait for it. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The redesign is coming, and it's gonna be green.
Mm.
um, kind of similarly to what you see in the community call text channel. The design has the new
Hopefully it's
green
gonna be
text.
green. It's not like they are talking about putting in green, but like let's see. I cannot say like 100% sure it's gonna happen, but hopefully yes.
I'm rooting for green. Actually, I really like that
Me too.
green.
Everyone.
Then there's the lobby.
Yeah.
We can pull it off. I know it.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that, unless you have any questions, community, I'm going to let you go. But before that, I'm going to share my usual like closing line. First of all, it was awesome to have you on, Pablo.
Thank you. Thank you
Um,
very much.
it was a like I said in the beginning, it was a breath of fresh air to talk a bit more about some abstract and artsy things rather than science, which I also love. But it was super interesting to hear this side of the story as well. The call was recorded. It is going to be uploaded to the regular community call YouTube playlist that we have.
Nice.
Massive thanks for everybody for joining, and I'm going to hand over to Ismail, who will explain the very simple steps of getting a POAP. Or actually, you know what? Let's talk about POAPs first with Pablo a little bit. So there's this thing called Proof of Attendance Protocol, which is similar to an NFT. It's a design which you can basically give out to people who participate in your events, and we give POAPs to the participants of community calls. Basically, people who are here right now in the audience will be able to create their little badge of attendance. You know, they can prove that they were here, and the design kind of commemorates that they were here. So that will be one use case for NFTs. You know, besides just being glorified PNGs, you know, or JPEGs. Um, it actually has a functional purpose. How do you feel about that?
Me? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
All right, so you heard it here first, guys. The next pull-ups are gonna be designed by Pablo himself. So get ready for some awesome designs.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yes. Also
I
known
don't.
as proof of attendance picture.
Hmm?
POP is also known as proof of attendance picture in other communities.
Yeah.
Picture. Is picture the last word?
My internet might be glitching. Well, never mind.
All right. Well, anyways, I was just joking by promising it in your name, Pablo. You can decide to create the POAPs or not, but I think people are on the edge of their seats to know whether you're going to create the awesome designs or not.
Nice. Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad to do it. Actually, yeah. Just that you will have to be like pushing me and calling me, "Hey, Pablo, I need this and that."
All right. Well, you asked for it, man. Be careful what you wish
Okay.
for,
Okay. No
because
worries.
I can be really.
Yeah. Well, the icons I did for Telegram was pretty good. No.
Mhm.
Uh, it
Yeah,
was
but do you remember actually? There was an AMA which you created a POAP for. I mean, Pizza J created the POAP itself, but you created the design for the POAP. It was we cut out um it was a circular design. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Wait, let me
Nice.
find it and share it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that's a POAP actually.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
but that's what we give
Okay.
to participants.
Yeah.
Maybe we could create some of those. I will chase you guys. Here's a promise. I'll be chasing Pablo for POAP designs.
Nice.
He will not sleep until he does at least one of those. All right, so for real, this time I'm saying goodbye and handing over to Ismail. Massive thanks for everybody for joining, and see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for joining. So for this week, in order to claim your proof of attendance protocol asset, please first download the POAP app from your app store. Whether you're using Android or iOS, doesn't matter. Should be in the app store there for you. And then the second step is, in order to claim, just scan the QR code that I sent to the community call channel just now. You just press the link, open the link, and then you need to scan the QR code with your phone, and then afterwards you'll be sent to a new page with a few steps. So you need to prove that you're not a robot. I'm sure none of you are robots except for the two recording bots, obviously. So just follow the steps, and then you'll be able to claim the POAP. Thank you so much for joining this week's community call. It was a very fun conversation with Pablo this week. So see you next time. Ciao.
Everybody, have a lovely weekend.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone, for
you.
having.
Bye.
Bye.